気をつけ。はい。お願いします。はじめまして。Let us begin.
Your ball's bigger than mine.
Because I'm a black belt.
Welcome to Sensei, the only fragrance appreciation channel recorded in a karate dojo.
This is indeed an actual dojo. And we are indeed actual karateka. Let us begin.
So a journey of 1,000 smells begins with a single spray, and this is our single spray.
That's what we're doing today.
It would be right and fitting to begin this channel by paying homage to the senseis that have come before us. And today, we're going to pay tribute to Sensei Sebastian Jara of the Perfume Guy. He's been most helpful to me on my fragrance journey and to hundreds of thousands of other subscribers that are out there. I like him because he's personable, he seems honest, and even when he has sponsored content, it doesn't come across like that.
Yeah, he's genuine.
Yeah.
I like his stuff.
So, you saw the box. He released mystery box number 8. I'll display this again. I think it had 22 fragrances total. And what Christian and I are going to do is we've smelled all 22 of these. And we've each picked our top 5. So
Yes, sir.
We're going to talk about the top 5 fragrances from mystery box number 8 from the Perfume Guy, Sebastian Jara.
Yes, sir.
Why don't you kick us off?
All right. My first favorite was Sugar Addict by Born to Stand Out. Personally, I love this fragrance. I'm a fan of cherries. So this one on my skin smelled very, very cherry-like. I took some notes. In the notes, the actual notes, this fragrance has sugar, cocoa, absolute, tonka beans, vanilla absolute, cinnamon, rum, labdanum, coffee, cashmere wood. I personally don't get any of that. I get straight cherry. I don't smell any cocoa. I don't smell cinnamon. I get straight cherry, like Tom Ford's Lost Cherry. On my skin, that's very prominent.
Why don't you give it a spray? Let's see if we can detect that tonka. Ah, you do the upside down technique. I like it. So this is a fragrance sweetener, right? So you have something else that's already sweet, but it doesn't perform very well, and then you can.
So
I can get the cocoa, the impression of cocoa, but not like a real Hershey's chocolate bar. More like opening the lid to a tin of, baking cocoa.
yeah, so I'm a pretty basic fragrance guy so far in my fragrance journey. And to me, I like the basic Lost Cherry by Tom Ford and Baccarat Rouge by Mason Francis. I feel like this is a combination of both. I love it. I have tried, since it is a fragrance enhancer, I have tried to pair the Sugar Addict with a couple of these fragrances. And what I tend to find happens is that it brings out on my skin a lot of cherry, like I said, and this one honestly outperforms whatever I sprayed it with. I really get Sugar Addict all the way till the end, and whatever it's trying to amplify kind of dies down, and it still just resonates the whole time. So it does make things sweeter, and I do like the sweet fragrances, so that's going to be my #1 pick for the mystery box.
And I like the tagline from the website, which is "Long live sugar."
Oh man, I got a sweet tooth.
And it sounds like it is sugar that's long lived.
Yep.
All right, I'm going to go the exact opposite direction, although also nuclear in performance with KAJAL 3. So the kit included KAJAL 3 and 4. KAJAL 3 is inspired by Bulgari's Tigar. This is more affordable. And let's give this a spray. If you go to the KAJAL website, it actually says that the top is supposed to remind you of 7-Up, like the soda. So it opens with 7-Up, citruses, grapefruit. It's not the most effervescent thing, right? It's not like a Roja fragrance. But then there's some aromatics that come in underneath it, a little rosemary, lavender, ginger, and then as it settles down, you get lots of ambroxan, and then musks and patchouli. I have about a 12-hour dry down right here, and all I get is musks. I sprayed this before combat today, and I'm still getting the citruses. So that ambroxan really kind of pushes the citruses, or whatever the citruses are, like out into the atmosphere. I mean, this is nuclear performance, and it's super loud.
He wore this in here. I could smell it when he came in. He was in the changing room. Still smells like KAJAL.
That was one spray.
One spray.
Insane.
The changing room's pretty cold, so it keeps that cold smell, that cold punch to it. When I sprayed that one, because we've tried them all, I got all that grapefruit out of it. I felt like it was really grapefruity. That was just me, but I do enjoy that one, so that's a good pick. I did enjoy the other one. Was that 3?
Yeah, this is 3.
I enjoyed 4 as well, but I think you're right, pulling the trigger on number 3.
Yeah, it was a leathery number, and this is a blue fragrance, right? So like a Chanel blue. It's not as classy as like Bleu de Chanel Parfum, but this is definitely more wearable and pleasant than wearing something like Dior Sauvage. So if you're looking to kind of up your game and get a little bit of that long-lived citrus action, then I would definitely check out KAJAL 3.
Yes, sir.
All right. What's number 2 for you, Senor?
It's all about the form, the kata,
Oh, I apologize.
presentation.
I stand corrected. Fragrance warriors.
Yes, sir. All right, my number 2 pick, Green Flannel by OHTOP. So, couple things. Really love how it smells. Sensei Grant had told me this was a play off another fragrance. Gray flannel. And man, I just really love this one. It reminds me of the outdoors, like a lumberjack outside, fall, a lot of greens, just a cool, windy, breezy day, just outdoorsy, fresh, manly, good flannel fragrance. The only thing with this one, the performance was not as good as I would have hoped. I wore this several times, and within an hour or two it just died down, and it was really musky. So that top that really punches, it's beautiful, but it doesn't last long, so that's what I was kind of disappointed in. But as far as the fragrance goes, like, I love the smell. Love the smell, just wish it lasted longer.
Going from a new house to another new house, but with a very seasoned perfumer. The fragrance house is Reine de Saba. or Rien de Saba, and the fragrance is Esprit de Saba. So Reine de Saba, I use a little Google Translate, means Queen of Sheba.
Queen of Sheba.
Yes, and the Queen of Sheba makes an appearance in the Bible. I think in the Chronicles, and she goes to visit Solomon to go check him out and see, like, is he really this wealthy? Is he really that wise? And she brought camels full of, laden with gold and spices.
Dang.
And yeah,
Nice.
so this fragrance is supposed to be the spirit of Sabah. And I think that Michelle Almerac,
Wow,
whose work I absolutely love, kind of captures that vibe and offers something really complex. It almost smells off the top. It reminds me of kind of like a regal lady. But
Oh, yeah.
don't be put off by that. Sprayed some on my hand, I'll sniff myself. Because it immediately goes, boom, frankincense, spices.
that rose.
Oh yeah, the rose is really heavy in this. Little patchouli, and after a while, what you'll get, for those fans of Michelle Almerac out there, is that super kind of crisp papyrus note, right? Like he's been doing that note many times. He's a papyrus oud fragrance for his own line. He's done it in the Gucci fragrances. He's also done it in the Bentley for Men Intense, and you get that note. It lists a fig note in the beginning, but the top, I guess I can maybe get a little. Maybe the fig is what's giving me that kind of feminine impression, right? It might be fig and fig leaf. But there's definitely elemi in there and a little ginger, but the ginger is fleeting. And I find this to be a pretty gratifying wear, right?
Sophisticated.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely tells a story.
I mean, so like the queen walks up, David's on his throne, up the 6 steps, she's quizzing him, you know, there's incense burning, they're having a long discussion, the incense kind of dies down. Oh yeah, you're starting to get the rose now.
Trying to get the rose. I've been trying to familiarize myself with rose fragrances. I'm still learning. I'm a novice in the journey, but I enjoy that one a lot, and I think if you wear it, you will stand out. Did you pick that as your fragrance because it told a story, or because you just enjoyed the fragrance, you know?
Well, both, right? But the fragrance is part of, or the story is part of the fragrance, right? That's why we're Sensei. We're here to learn these stories and wear them. So you can wear the spirit of the Queen of Sheba. And there's several other fragrances in this line that all have things to do with the Queen. And
what is that? Sensei.
it's getting musky. There's almost like, you can almost smell the tension in the conversation. Yeah, there's an ever so slight hint of gold, but there's no camel in it, which for some may be let down.
I get no camel in this.
There is a vanilla.
I'm missing that story.
They must have parked the camels outside.
This is after they parked the camels. Man, beautiful though.
Yeah,
beautiful. I love it.
It's a good offering.
Nice. Okay.
What do you have next? We're on number 3 already.
I need another eku, my little oar. I'm missing an oar.
Take mine. There you go.
Next, I have Arabesque by Armand Jane. I've never smelled anything like it. I know you have a lot of thoughts on this. Sprays well. Man, it smells different on the test strip than it does on skin. That's crazy.
Oh, I'm getting it over here though.
Yeah.
Lots of rose and like ambrox and oud accord.
Was this the one we said it smelled red? like red.
Oh yeah.
Like a lot of reds.
I was really bummed out to find when I was doing some research earlier today that it comes in a charcoal gray bottle. Makes absolutely no sense to me. But it's part of a collection, I think, that's like just
clear.
Yeah, there's 4 fragrances.
It's beautiful. So it says this is a fruity floral fragrance. The top, black currant, Italian bergamot, black pepper, saffron, heart, jasmine, rose absolute, and the soul is musk, moss, patchouli, oud. Yeah, I get just almost, this makes me think of the last one, like a queen coming in with some camels to give gold to Solomon, man.
We need new Middle Eastern stories.
We need new stories,
yeah.
But it's beautiful. It's beautiful to me.
Let me get a hit of that.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
When I wore it, I'm gonna put it to skin.
That does not
on
strip. It smells nothing like what it smells like in the air. All I get is straight patchouli off the strip.
That's what I'm saying. It does not.
But in the air, you definitely get the rose and the oud. Maybe a little bit of bergamot. It says there's black pepper in this, which
now
maybe
it's smelling different on skin. It's smelling different on skin to me. This is one that changed every time I wore it. I felt like I wore it and it always smelled different. It always smelled good, but it was never the same. But every time I loved it. I did mix this one with Sugar Addict.
Ooh.
Yeah.
How'd it go?
It actually was good because it has those reds. We said it almost smelled like it had a little hint of Kool-Aid, like it had that Kool-Aid flavor in the background. It's like a spicy Kool-Aid. But
I'm getting the black pepper now.
It's that peppery sweet, but mixed with Sugar Addict. It was like cherry, and it was beautiful, man.
I would say so far, with the exception of the KAJAL and maybe the Green Flannel, these are all pretty much straight down the middle unisex fragrances.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Which
sir.
is another thing that the perfume guy is good at picking out.
So I have the luxury of wearing fragrances every day. I work in the dojo. So I have tested all these out in the dojo. Tons of people walking in and out, students in and out. I try not to kill them with fragrances, but I try to be a little modest with it. But some of it's strong, some of it carries in the dojo. And the Arabesque is one I got a handful of compliments on. Arabesque. Actually, I got a handful of compliments on Sugar Addict, which is crazy to me. I think I got more compliments on Sugar Addict than all of them. But if you want compliments, it's a good fragrance. And some of the other ones I wore also got compliments that I picked later. But it's a great fragrance. Again, like every time I smell it, it smells different to me, and I can't pinpoint what it is. But it's just a beautiful perfume.
So depending on your level of perfume OCD, this may be the fragrance for you if you like to take a different journey each time you wear it. Yeah. Or it might be something that'll just bug you out because it doesn't smell the same. Let's move on.
Yes, Sensei.
I have another shapeshifter here that also continues the Middle Eastern theme that we have going on. And that is by Maison Violet, and it is Cycle 002 or 00 Dose. And this
one's crazy.
This one is I don't know.
That spray is crazy.
That was 2. Oh man. I hope you like cumin.
Can you guys smell it?
I hope you like cumin because this is, first of all, it's Natalie
Oh,
Lorson who perfumed this, so you know.
Dude.
Everything she does has these like amazing openings, and then there's a politeness that undergirds it, right? Like I'm thinking of Ancre Noir, which starts out just vetiver, and then it gets down to the cashmere, and it's more palatable. This, so if you're on the Queen of Sheba's camel, this is like going over the dunes.
Yeah,
In the beginning, I mean, it is bone dry. It is like the hottest day in the desert, and there are spices, mostly cumin is what I get that's going. Maybe ever so touch of like maybe like a dried bergamot. Have you ever had like dried oranges or something like that? And then it'll do that for maybe the first 20 minutes or so, and then all of a sudden the cumin will start dipping down, and you get this most beautiful kind of vanilla florally thing here. And at the same time, I'm checking my notes here, you start to get woods, little labdanum, cedar. So there's lots of resins and woods in the base, but definitely spices, something vanilla-y, probably coming from the labdanum, almost like a Chanel Le Leon style vanilla that's in there, which is like resinous, not like pastry, but definitely like you're hanging around some vanilla pods.
This one's tough for me. I love it now, and I'm starting to learn how to let these fragrances grow on me. The cumin was so strong, it dries out your nose right away. It just really, I don't want to say pungent, but it was like, it cuts right through, right? It's like, it just goes right in your nose, it's right there, and it's strong. But on my skin, I felt it die down. I didn't get as much of the change. Maybe I didn't give it a fair shot, but on his skin, I do smell the vanilla when he's worn it come through at the end.
There's a lot of spice that you can get. There's two kinds of pepper in it. There's black pepper and there's like a chili pepper, which really just, you know, tingles the nostrils. It's I wore this and fully expecting my wife to hate it, and she said, you smell good.
Dang.
Yeah. Which,
compliment, get it. If you
from
want
my
a
wife.
compliment, get it
From my wife.
I don't know. Is it a compliment getter? Maybe.
You know, for the right
person.
There you go.
If you're
you have to have personality to wear this, and you have to like cumin. But black pepper,
only
cedar.
senseis can pull it off. Senseis.
I would not do 5 sprays of this and then
Absolutely
start
not.
busting out katas.
No.
No.
That smells like a room full of katas. That's what that smells like.
It does smell like a room full of katas.
Yes.
But then it becomes beautiful.
Yeah.
And a room full of katas is also
beautiful.
beautiful. Yep.
Hard work. Vanilla Leather by BDK. So, right off the bat, it's got this rose gold elixir. It's not like your Tuscan leather. It's not punching you in the face. It's like a car seat leather, but you're driving a Ferrari. Like, it's subtle, but it's leather. It's there. It's not really edible. It's kind of in the background. Yeah, it's not edible leather. All right, karate guys, we're pretty crazy. But it smells like, okay, so it's vanilla leather. So he's shooting for some vanilla in there too. So it's almost like you're in your Ferrari, if you had a Ferrari. You got a nice lady next to you. She's wearing vanilla. She's wearing something nice. Okay, you got the Ferrari leather seats with the lady, and it's vanilla-y. I don't know how else to describe it. It just smells like that situation.
What I like about the leather is it's more of a texture, right? You can almost
It's edible?
feel it sliding. No, it's not an edible texture. I've never eaten a car seat, but you know how like it's almost like this sound, if you can hear it, like the sound of,
Yes.
you know, moving into some leather.
Yep.
So it's got that kind of, it's a little rubbery. It's definitely not a natural leather, but it kind of hangs in the air, and there's this ever so delicate vanilla that's there. I mean, Dominic Ropillon,
He killed it.
he can take ingredients and make absolute magic with them. Anybody else, if you put vanilla and leather together, it would be an absolute car accident. I think, this is my impression, that they made the fragrance first and named it second.
Oh yeah.
Because if they said, Dom, listen, we want a vanilla leather,
Yo.
you wouldn't get this.
No.
This was a fragrance that was made. Dominic Ropion was doing his mad scientist thing, and they put a really good smeller on it. Like, well, what does this smell like?
Mm-hmm.
Like, vanilla, leather.
Mm-hmm.
Because you easily could have named that, I don't know. You couldn't name that the Queen of Sheba.
No, but it's just got something so bright about it and like fruity, which you don't get from
Yeah.
a leather. Like I get something really fruity in there that just makes this vanilla leather like come to life. It, like I said, you don't get like straight leather and straight vanilla. It's like hints of it, like in a car or like a leather wallet or something that's not really. I don't know. I'm not too sure.
It's almost like a very exotic ice cream.
Yeah,
It's like a vanilla saffron ice cream.
I like that. Yeah.
And you order it because it's expensive and you've never had it before.
Maybe with gold flakes on the top for
Yeah.
no reason.
Oh, rose gold.
Rose gold.
Next, this is on the floor. I'll pick that up off the mat. This is Royal Bourbon by Plume Impressions, and this is a fragrance that I've given more chances than most fragrances deserve. When I first smelled it, I was like, whoa, I'm impressed. Because what does it smell like? It smells like pipe tobacco. It smells like rum. And that's really what it smells like to me.
You've had some highs and lows with this
Smells
fragrance,
purple.
though.
So this is a context-based fragrance.
Mm-hmm.
The first time I smelled it, absolutely loved it. Then I decided to wear it on a car trip. I drove 13 hours that day. 4 sprays of this. It was painful
Don't do it.
because, frankly, this is pretty linear to me, despite the fact that there are lots of notes listed. It says there's cinnamon, ginger, black pepper, and licorice in the top, which I guess I can get an impression of licorice, and then there's rum, tobacco, and caramel. Yes, yes, yes. In the mid, and then the base notes are vanilla, yes, amber, yes, and then cedar way at the long dry down. But what you get, or what I get, is almost this holistic, linear, artificial scent block.
It smells different on here.
It does. And
Fruity right away, like that. Like I don't know. You get like a plum or something in there.
yeah, there's something very purple about this fragrance.
But then it's like a beautiful rum, and it reminds me of like I don't know why, like a Thanksgiving, like a fall Thanksgiving, leaves blowing, but you got like rum on the table, and you got I don't even know, like a fruit basket with some rum. Friends over the house, maybe a candle going to. I'm not even.
Oh yeah.
I get like a fruity fruit basket, but it's like very precise with that boozy.
Well, it's sweet, right?
Yeah.
So it's almost like I can picture like a plum tart, you know, those fancy tarts at the grocery store where they
Yep.
like fan out the fruit and then glaze it.
Yeah.
So one of those on the table, but mostly stone fruits, like you're saying, and then some rum.
So what made you come back to this one? So after the car ride, you're like, oh, I don't like it. What drew you back in?
I put this on the shelf. I wanted to give it another chance because you can wear anything under those conditions and get nauseated by it.
Yeah.
It doesn't have the nuance that I want it to.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty linear, and I feel like this could be a single aroma chemical, as opposed to a bunch of notes that were blended together. You know, this is like...
Is that the same feeling you got with the vanille leather? Like it could be a single one thing, or no?
No, because this is almost like a watercolor painting, right? Where the vanille leather, where you have, you know, you use a watercolor pencil, you do blue here, green here, right here, and then you take the water and you like wash across it, and it becomes this like beautiful, multifaceted tonal color. Whereas this is
just one.
Purple tobacco rum.
My last one, number 5, my top favorite out of the mystery box is going to be Orme's Tableau Parisien. My initial impression was, okay, it's got a lot going on in the front and I have no clue what's going on, but I love it. As it died down, this one lasted a while. A couple hours later, I got straight up caramel, like this caramely, almost like, I don't know, just a smooth caramel flavor that just kicked out of nowhere. Like all the other flavors, all the other notes kind of dipped down, and I just got caramel. And then towards the end, it turned vanilla creamy, like a caramel cream, and then even turned like vanilla. So it was like, I don't see that on here. Maybe the Tonka being vanilla.
Tonka can do that, and the vanilla and the benzoin, so that's really boosting out and giving depth and dimension to that vanilla note.
But yeah, it starts with that orange, that spice.
Again,
it is orange.
What's the Tonka, man?
And I guess, like Sensei Grant said, it's that petitgrain, that tuberose. But then I'm getting a lot of spices, that crisp grape in there, maybe like some citrusy freshness. And then it just totally changes for me at the end. And when you're wearing it all day, it turns into this caramel vanilla, which it's just killer. I love it.
And it's completely different than
I enjoy it.
Than the vanille leather.
So
it's a completely different vanilla experience.
So thank you, Orme, for leading the way on that one. That's a killer fragrance.
We're going someplace I think no man has gone before.
Oh,
this is Caricia
it's a bomb.
by Angelo's Creations Olfactive. Have you ever smelled anything that smells like that? It's so unique that on Fragrantica, there's only one fragrance that nobody's ever heard of that's been compared to this. So it starts with aldehydes, citruses, but then also oak. It's very woody, very saffrony. So it's like effervescent wood, and there's lots of tobacco. It's like stimmy.
Oh my goodness.
Picture like you're walking, right? And this is another bone dry fragrance. And you're in a field of tobacco, and there's a drought. And you can almost snap.
Crack,
crunch
on the
you can
tobacco.
snap it.
It's
There's
when
something
I tried that
metallic.
one, when I tried that one, I got just straight tobacco leaf.
Ooh.
And before I even got into like this fragrance journey, I just got straight up tobacco leaf. But talking about the woods and stuff, there is depth to this one, and this one changes a lot.
Oh, you want to know how much? I'll tell you how much. So the top is aldehydes, blood orange, acacia, English oak wood, not the American kind, and saffron. So I'd buy that. Then in the cœur, you get tobacco leaves, blue tansy. What's a blue tansy? Baronia absolute, Omani frankincense, Madagascar black pepper, nutmeg, hinoki wood, white cypress, bois de Siam, mahogany, Virginia cedar wood. This guy went to Home Depot
It's crazy.
and bought all the woods. But wait, there's more. Then in the fond, the base, there's Bulgarian tobacco absolute, but he's Greek. There's hazelnut syrup pancake smell, Madagascar vanilla absolute, tonka beans, French hay, beeswax, a recreation of castoreum, so no beavers were harmed in the making of this, Australian sandalwood spitacum, and ambergris. I think it's supposed to be real ambergris in there.
Man,
It's
the test strip smells like it, but this one changes. This one changes.
Oh, yeah. So the concept for this is tobacco farming in Greece, right? And what you're getting is this tilling of the earth, planting tobacco, so you smell the soil, you smell the metallic implements kind of cutting through the soil, you know, kind of turning over everything that's dead on top and bringing freshness up. It's stuff like this is the reason why I like perfume.
Would
Right.
you wear it? When would you wear that one? I would wear it, but I don't know when I would wear that. It punches, man. It's strong.
I would definitely wear this out. This is almost so unique that it defies codes, right? You need to wear a tuxedo, you put this on.
It's just so.
You need to wear jeans and a t-shirt, you put this on. You're about to go engage in Mortal Kombat, you put this on. I mean, it smells
Right.
so good. It's so unique.
I love it.
That it almost transcends like dress code and things of that nature. Because, I mean, this is ultimately a fragrance that you wear for yourself, right? Because it's taking you on a journey. It's going to talk to you all day long. It's going to transition.
Sensei Grant's getting me out of my comfort zone on this one, because this one I only sprayed once. I only wore it once, and he wore it into the dojo, and man, same thing with the locker room thing, right? Like, it just like was there, man. It was just in the locker room. It was in your face. I'm like, what is that? It's beautiful. And I knew we were talking about the mystery box and like different fragrances. I thought it was like a Kajal or something. No, this was the Karikia. This was nuts. It's a bad fragrance. It's good.
This is something that's going to be a gratifying experience.
It's almost like you took a journey somewhere and found this tobacco leaf in a foreign country, in a mystical place, and just put the tobacco right in a bottle. It's crazy.
I like that image. I like to see him do that.
It's crazy.
Well, that brings us to the end of our lists. Don't forget to punch the subscribe button. Sensei Christian, would you like to bow us out?
Yes, sir. Kotsuke. Right? Domo arigato gozaimasu.
Domo arigato gozaimasu.
Thank you for teaching me. Come on.
We have a bonus. The first ever bonus on the channel.
Just for you.
And here at Sensei, we not only like to acknowledge excellence, we also like to chastise failure.
Yep.
And there was one scent in the mystery box number 8 that deserves all the chastisement that a fragrance can take. And that is Hunk. H-U-N-Q. Hunku. Number 006 Boxer. I already don't like it because it's Boxer. But wait. What does a Boxer smell like? Have you ever smelled a Boxer?
I have when I smelled this mystery box.
Nobody wants to smell a Boxer. And guess what? It's a reminder. No, you must acquaint yourself with failure so you can avoid it. That was the smallest spray ever. Boxer. You ready? Oh man. It's awful. The sad part is if you look at the notes are nice things.
Oh, it's not bad until you sit there and draw it in. Then once you...
Maybe you have to like duck and weave. You're like, hey, let me get around that stank.
No, I don't like it. I made the mistake. I'm putting this one on skin directly for the day.
That is a mistake.
And you should never wear this one.
They have other fragrances that are supposed to smell like men doing stuff, but this isn't going to help.
Do you even get boxer from that?
Like shorts?
Not, like
maybe.
Like people fighting? Do you even get it?
So there's something mineralic in it that could remind me of blood. Mm-hmm. Maybe a little sweat. I mean, there's nothing.
That one like got me.
Body odory, but this is along the lines of those fragrances. Like Prin Lomros did a like Jack the Ripper inspired fragrance, I think, and then there's Secretions Magnifique, which is supposed to smell like body fluids. This smells like body fluids. I wonder though how much there's an iatrogenic effect, right? Like how much is the packaging informing that? If this was called like Moonlight Stroll with Grandma, do you think you'd be as grossed out?
I don't think boxer is a gross thing. I think it's the bad fragrance. Okay. What was the one we talked about? It's like a room full of katas. This is like it's a room full of boxers. And they're just sweaty, nasty, not good. Yeah. It's impressive how bad this one is.
Yeah, this is like the anti-Dominique Ropillon made this.
Yes. Yeah, it's a good creation for being terrible. Again, I don't want to like knock the maker Hunk because I get boxer. He got what they nailed that, but I wouldn't wear it. It's just.
This is a lesson to other perfumers.
Yeah.
Watch how much neroli you put in a fragrance. Neroli is like that baby behind powder. You know, if you've changed diapers, you've smelled that like artificial clean smell that baby products have.
You get that in there?
A&D ointment. Like there's an ointment smell in that. Like you have a burn and you rub something on it.
Like a Band-Aid smell?
Not quite Band-Aid, but in the ballpark. Maybe like a salve or something. But anyway.
Either way, I'm impressed. I'm impressed they made this, but I don't know who's buying it. We're a karate school, and we wouldn't buy that. So,
you make your own hunk,
pretty much, and I think we smell better than that. So,
definitely,
maybe we need a Karate Man fragrance.
I would smell that. So, Hunk, we heap shame on you.
Honorable mention.
Tune in next time for more dojo fragrance smelling. And remember, once you enter the flacon, you may never exit.
How about where can they find us?
Oh, look down in the description. We have a Substack. There will be show notes. There will be pictures, outtakes, all kinds of good stuff. We're at sensei.substack.com. Check out our shorts. Not our boxer shorts, but our short videos. And we hope to see you here next time. Thank you very much.
Arigato gozaimasu. Thank you.
What he said.